Postmodernism, I gave the example also of a production company I had the honor of working with that incorporates balance and rope climbing and slow tempo movement into their productions. And the company creates original works that are inspired by the works of Anton Chekhov, William Shakespeare. Some of the work takes on, or we present classical pieces, William Shakespeare's plays. One in particular I had the opportunity to work on was A Midsummer Night's Dream. This incorporated balance, um, rope climbing. It was an amazing example of postmodernism, the approach to telling storytelling. What led to postmodernism really was, or not, well, yes, in terms of the evolution of theater, this led to postmodernism, certainly had a hand in creating or leading to postmodernism. But performance art, um, performance artists, we mentioned one in particular, and that is Marina Abramovic. She had a show called The Artist is Present. And The Artist is Present, of course, we saw the video of the woman sitting at the table with the people coming in from the audience to experience a length of time with her in silence, just looking at each other. These people usually, these performance artists usually came from a visual arts background, dance as well, I would assume, but uh, um, it had a place. It has a place in theater now because that whole movement, that focus, inspires what we are seeing in this postmodern period. Uh, in addition to performance artist solo performers, we mentioned two: Anna Devere Smith and her uh, solo works, Fires in the Mirror, Twilight, as well as Notes from the Field. We saw her and got an understanding of who she is and what she does. In addition to Anna Devere Smith, John Leguizamo. Um, this is a man who bases his characters on people as well, but he gives himself a little more freedom in creating these characters. They are he uses the characters to tell the story that he wants to tell. Um, Mambo Mouth is one of his plays. Also, Latin History for Morons is another. Um, very powerful performer. Okay, that brings us to the end of this quick review on the new material. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the final. Like I said, between 30 and 40 questions, multiple choice, and like I said, study your old tests, the three that we've had, plus the midterm, which was a repeat of the first two. Um, and you'll be in good shape. But, and there are, in addition to multiple choice questions, um, there will be questions I will ask you to pick a period that we have studied or talked about, discussed from the beginning. And we've done a lot of them: Greek theater, um, medieval theater, Elizabethan theater, theater during the Renaissance, neoclassical theater, commedia dell'arte, French neoclassicism, romanticism, realism, naturalism, moving forward, expressionism, Dada. futurism. Pick one of them. Talk about it. Be able to talk about it. Mention a play. For example, if you were to choose theater during the Renaissance, we discussed the work of William Shakespeare, right? William Shakespeare performed in the Globe Theater. The Globe Theater had a stage that was basically thrust. There was an audience or the audience stood around the stage, as well as in seats that were in boxes or in the gallery. Uh, the stage had a facade. um, William Shakespeare had an acting company. It was called Lord Chamberlain's Men. And we also talked about the fact that the most expensive element of Shakespeare's productions happened to be the costumes. Women were not allowed to perform on the stage, they were not members of the company. All of the roles in these plays were performed by young boys, apprentices within the company. So that's what I'm interested in, having you, instead of just answering these questions once again, maybe showing me that you understand or are able to give me that information back in another way, other than a multiple choice question. Um, what else? Oh, it is also important for you to know the um, information that we covered in the first few chapters, specifically the organization of dramatic action. How is dramatic action organized? And we said it's organized on 6 levels: plot, character, thought, diction, music, and spectacle. Um, it's important for you to know, for example, plot and how there are 2 plot structures: climactic and episodic. The climactic plot structure, of course, is the most common, and the arrangement of that a rising action leading to the climax, falling action leading to the conclusion, and how it starts and what happens and how the action builds to the climax, and then the resolution, the denouement, leading to the conclusion. That's important. Um, but study your old tests. I am available all day today, which is Monday, the 5th of December. Is that right? Yes, the 5th. The 5th, I say. Thank you very much for indulging me with this today. And if you have questions, please email me. I will be on campus today, uh, um, starting at 11:30, and I will be there for most of the afternoon. If you want to stop by and see me, room 109, Arts and Letters.